So we have Jeanie Buss here, and apparently she received a letter from a guy that was racist. Now I want you all to read this letter and tell me if it makes sense. I want you all to try to remove the emotion and tell me if it makes sense. Now I know racists are usually stupid, but they do have a reason for why they are racist, even if it's a dumb reason. They can articulate why they are racist. So how would a person be a Laker fan for 60 years and just now call Jeanie Buss a race traitor? I want you all to think about this in context. He's been a Laker fan for 60 years. That means for the past 35 years, the team has pretty much been filled with black players. The Lakers have had the best center in the NBA, the best shooting guard in the NBA, the best point guard in the NBA, and the best player in the NBA. All of those being black players. So if anyone in the Lakers organization was a race traitor, they would have been a race traitor a long time ago. And I don't know any huge Laker fans referring to the black players as niggers. Have any of you all ever met a huge Laker fan? Have any of you all ever met a huge Laker fan? They literally idolize and adore the players. If you don't believe me and you're not from LA, just go to LA and see what I'm talking about. This letter, I believe, is very fake. And I believe that Jeanie Buss is trying to get sympathy with black people. During this time, all of these companies are placating to blackness because they don't want black people to financially boycott them. And as I've told you all before, when white America tries to come up with the script, it's usually badly written. And we've also been taught to associate the term nigger with racism. But systemic racism is not about race. Systematic racism is not about race. Racism is about economics. Racism created race, but racism is an economic issue. And this is why you basically have a lot of these corporations pulling these kinds of stunts. So white America deals with us based on the version they created of us. When they called us black, they created a system to enforce it. It came with the narrative and it came with the script. So white America deals with us based on those things. So when it comes time to cater to us, they can really only cater to our emotions because the real solution is economics. And since they don't want to give us what we're owed, they'll just play to our emotions. Jeanie Buss posted this letter, and in the beginning, it says she's a whore. The letter says she's a whore because it makes her a victim. So now you automatically are sympathizing with Jeanie Buss. But this is all part of emotional manipulation. This is all part of mind control. Again, this letter is not real. It's fake. So the guy calls her a whore. So now we sympathize with Jeanie Buss, and now we hate the supposed guy that wrote the letter. And then the guy goes in to say that he's a huge Laker fan for 60 years. And he even disrespects Kobe Bryant. What huge Laker fan would disrespect Kobe Bryant? A lot of racists love black people. They just hate being accountable for what they've done to black people. Being racist always boils down to character. But what Jeanie Buss is doing here is actually racism because she's using her platform to deceive black people. This letter makes absolutely no sense. Again, a racist person can articulate why they don't like black people. If you ask them, they will have a long list. I'm not saying the list will be intelligent. I'm simply saying they will have a long list. And you can see her intent when she responds to the letter. This is a telltale sign. She encourages her friends to acknowledge racism, but she doesn't offer any solutions. White America acknowledges racism. That's not the issue. The issue is, what are you going to do about the system of control that racism has created? You see, when we start talking about solutions, it becomes a debate. She says, I decided to share this letter so everyone can see the hate is real. We all know that white people know that racism exists. We all know this. White people know that racism exists. If you don't believe me, Ask them, will they trade places with you? And their answer will be no. So clearly, white America is aware of racism. But this right here is propaganda. These are tools used to manipulate us. These are emotional distractions. So what Jeanie tried to do was, she tried to become an ally of black people for free. She tried to become an ally for black people for free. She tried to fight systemic racism for free. She tried to fight systematic racism for free. She tried to sacrifice nothing and gain everything. And what is the everything she is gaining? I will tell you. That is the black dollar. That is the sweat equity of black players. She's a part of the same system she claims to be against. If they can't cater to your skin color, they don't have a plan B. She scratched his last name out, but I believe his name was Joe Biden. Wait for it. Be back. Get money.